Welcome to Cooper High School for Metro West Conference boys basketball. Tonight it's the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights taking on the Cooper Hawks. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Ryan Iverson. And Ryan, pretty good season for Cooper. They're coming in at 11-4. They're one of 3 teams tied for the conference lead. They're kind of quietly putting together a pretty nice campaign this year.
Oh, they are. They're very well coached. They play with a lot of energy. And Jay, they pressure. They're giving up 57 points per game, so they play tremendous defense. You have to be able to handle their pressure, get into your offense. If not, their defense can single-handedly win games. They pick up the pace that way. They feed off of their defensive energy.
For Benilde, it's kind of been the opposite story. A tough year for them so far, 4 wins, and they've actually had a coaching change here in mid-season. We'll get more on that in a few moments with Allie Mosley, but they're kind of looking like, okay, let's get a little bit of a restart and see if we can't just have some fun and be in some competitive games down the stretch.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, Jay, they've been in some close games against some really good teams throughout the year. Earlier this week, they lost a pretty close game to Chaska, who's a top 10 team. So they've been dealing with some health issues, and when they're fully assembled, they compete. They might not win, but they're very close. They're almost there. Tonight's going to be a good challenge for them.
Let's talk about key players to look at in tonight's game, starting with the visiting Red Knights. Nick Peterson is a key guy for their team, and he was not in their lineup the first time they played Cooper. Obviously, they're a better club with him around.
Well, and they lost by 17 in that meeting. He averages 15, so you do the math, they're right there. He's a very good player. He's a tremendous leader, quarterback in the football team that was very successful. He's just a guy you want on your team. He's a winner. He needs to score tonight. He needs to handle the ball, handle the pressure. They're going to need him, I think, for their scoring. They're going to need him, I think, over 20 points tonight if they're going to have a chance. But it's great to have him healthy, great to have him back in the lineup. They're a much different team with him in the floor.
For Cooper, a pretty young team. One of their kind of veterans now as a junior is the coach's son, Broderick Powell Jr.
Yeah, and BJ, he's averaging 9 points, so you look at his stats and you think, why are we highlighting him? But his defense makes his team go. His energy, great ball handler. He distributes the ball. He's kind of their engine that makes their offense and their whole defense and their whole team go. And being a coach's son, that's just an extension of Bo Paul out on the floor, which is never a bad thing. So great energy. He's smart, and he's very, very fun to watch.
Certainly tempo is going to be a thing here tonight. Benilde would like to slow things down a little bit. Cooper wants to get up, in your face, get a lot of steals, and I think, how much they're able to force their will on the Red Knights is kind of going to be the big key.
Well, the key with pressure defense is you got to be able to do it and play slow. You got to slow down. When they speed you up, you start making bad passes, you force a quick shot, all of a sudden they're in transition, and before you know it, it's 10-0. So the key to that, you have to take care of the basketball. Use their pressure against them, Jay. Back doors, right? Use overplay and look for that second, that third option. So take care of the ball, get good shots. If you can do that, limit Cooper in transition, now you got a chance to compete with them.
Cooper's coming off a 2-point loss, a buzzer beater by St. Louis Park, but they've had 8 days to kind of get their bodies rested. They've had some injury issues as well. They're feeling a little bit refreshed and refocused, and they're trying to come out, take care of business tonight against Benilde. Metro West boys basketball coming your way next here on CCX.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
We discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things,
but they're all pure love.
And welcome back here to Cooper as we get set to meet the starters. We said it's been a little bit of a week of change in the Benilde program, and Allie Mosley has more on that.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. You know, some of you watching at home may recognize the name Bob Lyons when associated with Benilde St. Margaret's basketball, and that's because for 23 years he was the girls' varsity head coach, and he just retired last season. Now, this Wednesday, he woke up to a phone call from the Benilde AD saying, hey, would you be interested in kind of coaching the boys' varsity basketball team for the remainder of the season? And Coach said, hey, why not? So Benilde was obviously looking to make a change, and they knew they had a guy with experience. They knew that they had a guy who had the connection with the team, because turns out Bob's been coaching the B squad boys team because his son's on the team. So he kind of had that connection. But remember, this was just 2 days ago that they called him in as head coach, and on that day there was a wrestling meet in their gym. So Coach said they've really only had about 2 hours of instruction with this team before the game, and a lot of that instruction has been teaching him. He said he runs a completely different system for B squad, so he's had to come in and learn the name of plays and how they operate this offense and defense. Coach said it's been an absolute whirlwind, but he's really honestly excited to be here. He said the kids are excited. You can feel that they're kind of taking this as a breath of fresh air. So they're ready to come in and take on Cooper tonight, guys.
Thanks, Arely. And there you get a look at Coach Lyons as he knows that they've got their hands full a little bit here with this Cooper team that really likes to pressure. And he said, but, you know, if we play our game, if we're able to withstand that a little bit, take care of the basketball and block out, we got a shot.
Yep. Well, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously, he's probably worked that one practice of him getting acquainted to them, so they probably didn't do a lot of scouting. But having played Cooper once already, they have an idea of what's in store. So this will be a learning experiment as well for not only the players, but also Coach Lyons. And there's sometimes the best experience is just getting in the game and playing.
And for Cooper, as we said, they're kind of, itching to get back on the court a little bit. They've had 8 days off since that loss to St. Louis Park on a buzzer beater there. And Coach Powell said, we've rested up a little bit. We've fine-tuned some things, just kind of refocused a little bit. And, you don't always get that chance in the middle of a season like this. And so now they're eager to get back out here against what's been a rival. I mean, obviously Benilde's been down a little bit this year, but still a pretty good rivalry in the last, since they were both in this Metro West Conference together.
Well, and sometimes for a coach, going into that long break off of a loss can be a good thing, because you have your team's attention then, and you can kind of get back to the basics and conditioning and tighten some of your principles up. So my guess is Cooper's going to be ready to come out of the gate here right away.
Theo Poland will jump it up against Jeffrey Cooper of Cooper. That's a great name to play for have when you're playing for Cooper. Jeffrey Cooper, and the Hawks win the tip. Tyson Dallas controlling. He'll hand it over to B.J. Powell as our first possession of the contest. Powell getting them into their set here. He takes the handoff, looking to attack. A little jump stop. Floater is short. He got it back and had it blocked. And then the rebound to Peterson, who falls. And he got the ball away.
Yep. Nice job there, not traveling and also not getting tied up.
Drive to the hoop won't go, but Dan Ijadambola will go to the free throw line here for the Red Knights.
Well, that's the thing. When you play against a team like Cooper who likes to pressure the ball, if you can break that initial pressure, Jay, you can get easy layups like that. So nice job by Ijadambola there to attack the basket, get fouled, get to that free throw line.
And his brother, a starter at Park Center. Daniel Ijadambola missing that one. He'll get another opportunity here on the free throw. And misses a pair. Bankhead up for the rebound. The foul was on Bankhead, by the way, for Cooper. We said not much size for either team, really, especially Benilde a little bit short-handed up in the front court. Bankhead, obviously, a physical presence at about 6'3", 6'4", and a good lineman on the football team for the Hawks.
I say maybe not much height, but some size. There's some strength and some bulk on both of these teams.
Bankhead handing it over to Evans. A little stop and pop, and he hits. He's got a nice jump shot off the dribble.
Well, and what he did, he played at a great pace there. You see how nice and rhythm that shot was, and really good touch. And this is what you got to be careful about. Cooper will send off that first pass, or anytime you're in the corner, they'll send a trap. You can't panic. You got to make the right decision out of it.
Peterson picked up his dribble. Bankhead got a piece of that one, and ultimately Powell up with the steal. Tyson Dallas, shot fake, goes to the hoop and missed the layup attempt. Now Noah Allen pushing it ahead. Ijadimbola missing the layup, and Bankhead grabs the rebound. Powell pushing it back the other direction, shoveling it off. Dallas, the layup is good.
Well, Dallas gets the credit for the points, but there you saw BJ just pushing that ball up fast and making a great play. He also made a great play on defense, contesting that open layup.
Ijadimbola's pull-up rolls in, so the first basket for Benilde. They are down 4-2. Powell will swing it to Dallas here.
Well, you think of Cooper, you think of pace, you think of speeding the game up. What I love that Powell's doing is he's taking his time getting set up into a good offense, trying to get a good play set up. So they're playing quick, but they're not playing fast, and there's a big difference in that.
Powell attacking here, too strong with it, and ultimately rebound to the Red Knights. And then Allen weaved his way through. He's pretty nimble for a big guy there. Peterson a shot fake, and then back out it comes Noah Allen. Allen, the drive,
nice
kicks
look.
it to the corner. Charlie Hansen for three.
That's great basketball. Noah Allen, that big body. Don't let him fool you. He's got a great handle. He broke that press that time. A nice drive and a kick over to Hansen, who knocks down the three. Beautiful offense.
Evans giving it back to Dallas as they work a weave out high. Now Jeffrey Cooper. Powell splitting between defenders, and the layup is good.
Kind of lulls you to sleep there. The slow dribble handoffs back and forth, and all of a sudden, just like he's shot out of a cannon, Powell gets to the rim in one dribble, able to finish. That explosiveness that we talked about in the pregame.
Evans pressuring up on Allen. Now Peterson.
You can tell he's a quarterback, right? I mean, just directing traffic even in basketball, knowing where everyone's supposed to be.
Little give and go there, and off the glass and good. First basket for Nick.
I think they're doing a great job of not rushing on offense, Jay. They're slowing down. They're getting good shots. They got to keep that pace up on the offensive end.
Powell going to step back and fire and nails a three.
I'll tell you what, if he's making those outside shots like that, as quick as he is very, very tough to guard because you can't go under those ball screens. That's a potent offensive game when he's hitting from the outside.
Ijadimbola cut off by Powell, swings it to Peterson, cutting down the lane too hard with that one, and then knocked out of bounds by Benilde's Theo Poland. Subbing in now Derek Standifer for the Red Knights.
Well, Standifer, he comes off the bench now, but he's 10 points a game, so he's one of their best scorers. He kind of brings that, reminds me a little of Vinnie Johnson when you used to watch the Pistons. He's going to come in, give you energy, and he can score.
Benilde a little short-handed with injuries, so they're probably not going to go terribly deep tonight, at least, by design. Obviously, fouls and things like that could change that. Powell getting that shot up. He was fouled. Standifer will pick it up.
I can tell you, you watch Powell play, you can see he wants to go left. He's left-handed. He's so explosive left-handed. If I'm Benilde St. Margaret's, I'm trying to force him to go right as much as I can, because when he can get to his left, you can see the speed and the way he can turn the corner. He can kind of get to any spot he wants to go to.
Second free throw won't drop, but Cooper almost had the rebound. Jeffrey Cooper, that is. And Peterson's outlet pass knocked away. Evans up with it off a knee there. Saved, though, by Powell. So Cooper will get another opportunity out of it here. They get the first free throw, and then now a shot attempt from the left wing won't go for Jeffrey Cooper, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Benilde ball.
Are they quick on defense or what? That ball goes to the ground for a second. There's about 3 or 4 orange jerseys after it. They very, very quick on defense.
There is a look at Coach Powell, now in his 5th season here at Cooper, and obviously, as we know, took Park Center to a state final game against Apple Valley in 2013.
Isn't that crazy that it's been 5 years he's been at Cooper? It seems like yesterday he was at Park Center and had those great teams, and the Hooker brothers were coming through, and Yeah, he's done a nice job here at Cooper, and certainly they're on their way to a successful season here already, 11-4.
Cooper back in Class 4A now. Their girls and boys teams after a couple in 3A. Peterson, little size advantage there, but Bankhead comes over for the steal. Tyson Dallas ahead of the pack, and he'll throw it down.
Well, when Bankhead comes over to double, that's a lot of bulk, a lot of strength coming at you, and he had the wherewithal to throw it ahead for the dunk.
Another turnover. Oh, they went with the lob, but knocked away. Dallas will get it back, and now Anthony Clay Trazek, number 10, is in there, gives it to Bankhead for the layup. Timeout, Benil.
Clay Trazek, great job just into the game, great penetration, could have had a shot, but you preach that. Give up a good shot for a great shot. He gets his teammate a wide open layup. There was some exciting plays there. Look at Bankhead come over and all in one motion throws it ahead. And Dallas with the semi-dunk, we'll call it, the not quite clean dunk. Beautiful pass, and the big fella able to finish. I know Powell there, I don't know if you saw that on that lob, but he is 5'11", but he was up at the rim. I mean, he was up high enough to throw that down. It's a good athlete right there.
So Benil, these last couple times having happened what they desperately don't want to happen, turning the ball over. Standifer throws it over. Ijadambola open for three, and that is good.
Oh, exactly what you want out of a timeout. You get a good look. Nice job by Standifer. I thought he sped up a little bit, but able to gather himself and find his teammate, knocks down a much-needed three.
So the Red Knights back to within 4 points after that little run by the Hawks.
Well, I'll tell you, I like this with Coach Lyons. Out of that timeout, they're going to a zone. I think just trying to change the rhythm of the game a little bit.
Peterson throws it ahead to Standifer. He steps back, waits for the defender to fly by, and then hits the three.
The old Top Gun move. Hit the brakes, defender goes right by. Great shot fake. You see so few shot fakes now, and it's one of the best moves, I think, in basketball. And then he had the wherewithal to bury it. And now this zone again, just trying to throw the Cooper offense off just a little bit.
Another three try won't go. Peterson boards it. Standifer for the layup.
You see that energy that Standifer gives them, hitting the three, and that time leaking out, and a great pass too by quarterback Nick Peterson throwing ahead. Watch this shot fake by Standifer here. Look at that. Defense flies by, knocks it down, and then he leaks out a little bit early. And a nice job by Peterson. Look at his eyes here. Almost a no-look pass. He's looking up the right side of the court, throws it ahead to Standifer. Nice play.
A couple of nice hoops for him. The bad news is, though, he just picked up his second foul already, so he goes to the bench. Little drive and dish, and the layup is good by Tyson Dallas off the feed from Clay Trazek.
I'll tell you, Clay Trazek 2 times already, and he's only played a couple minutes. Great penetration, especially against the zone. If you can get to that middle like that, you can be a playmaker, and he's got 2 great assists.
Back out top, Ijadambola around to Peterson. Benil down by 1 now after that last Cooper basket. Ijadambola looking to attack. No good. Saved, but recovered by Evans for Cooper. Evans, the drive, and had a little contact at each end there on the shot attempts, but didn't get the whistle. So here comes Allen with the floater. That's short. And Allen hustled back to get it now. Ijadambola. He'll stop and fire. No good there, and nice rebound by Dallas.
And that's one of those where you speed it up. Great hustle by Allen that time to get that rebound, and it's okay to settle it up and get a great shot. When they've gotten good shots, they've knocked it down.
Principia, number 3, is in there for Cooper now as well. Powell in some traffic, had to force up a shot, no good. And we get a foul call against Powell. His second team foul, so each team's only picked up a couple in the early going here.
I'll tell you, and that's big for the Red Knights. If they're able to withstand the physicality and maybe get Cooper in foul trouble, that's one way you slow down aggressiveness is in foul trouble. So if I'm them, I continue to attack the basket, try to draw fouls, and maybe you limit a little bit of that aggressiveness with foul trouble.
Nils Berkland, a senior, 21 in there now for Benilde. Here comes Allen, whipping it over toward the corner there for Hansen. Wouldn't go, and then Berkland unable to control it. And Ryan with some great hands there to retrieve it.
I'm a dual threat, Jay.
The first time I've seen you pass.
Oh! The old Channel 12 bias is coming back out when John and you and Corky would cheer against our Eden Prairie teams. I'm still hurt.
Open look here for Anthony Clay Trezek, and he buries the three for the Hawks.
Has he been great or what since he's checked in the game? Made 3 really nice plays. That one a beautiful looking three-pointer.
Allen, here's Hansen from the corner, partially blocked there. And Evans runs it down. Anthony Clay Trezek now will pull it back out, and they get into their set. Cooper by 4. Good first half of basketball here in the Metro West.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty good, clean basketball, some good shots.
In and out there for Clay Trezek, and the Red Knights looking to push it. Hansen back out. Peterson will shoot a 3, in and out. David Connors rebounding for Cooper as he is checked in, number 4.
Yeah, Benilde St. Margaret's, they're doing a nice job of throwing over the pressure. They're breaking that pressure pretty consistently.
Dallas a miss. Rebound Peterson. Allen whipping it down low. He Jadambola with the layup.
That was beautiful. Looked like initially wanted to pass, then he looked to shoot. The defenders closed on him and kind of an underhand whip down low. Beautiful pass.
Cross here to Apia. 7:20 to go here, first half. Cooper leading it by 2, looking to get a sweep of the season series here from Benilde. A lot of the teams are pretty evenly matched, it seems like, in the Metro West Conference. So as I said, with 3-way tie up top. But even some of the teams that are a little bit lower, like Chanhassen came here and gave Cooper a real good game, but Hawks beat him by 3. That's what you like as a competitive league.
Well, I think going to this zone for Benilde has been effective for the most part. It's just taking them out of their rhythm a little bit. Yeah, what a beautiful pass here by Allen. Watch him pass, shot, nope, and then there's the whip. Great cut, too. You see a lot of players just not move, and they stay at that three-point line. That time, Ija Dimbola did a nice job of cutting to the basket and getting the layup.
Bankett will check back in, and Dallas checks out.
There's no question Cooper's a different offense when B.J. Powell's in that game.
And let's see, this is going to be an offensive foul as Prince Apia look to attack, and he'll be called for the charge. He ended up making a heck of a shot, but it won't count as Berkland stood his ground.
That's an ultimate team play right there defensively. Taking a charge when a guy's coming that hard, it doesn't feel good, but great job. Took one for the team.
And Bankhead, look at him go out to get that steal. Now kicks it back out. Little return to Apia here from the top of the key, no good. Rebound grabbed ultimately by Hansen. Sam Best is in there now, number 25 as well for Benilde. Chance to tie here for the Red Knights. And that one got away from Best. He'll kick it back out to Peterson. Around the horn it comes to Allen. That won't go. And Peterson ripped the rebound away, and we'll get a foul call on David Connors of Cooper. Looked like Connors initially kind of had the rebound and Peterson yanked it away.
I'll tell you what I love is the Red Knights, they're playing desperate. They're playing with some great energy, great hustle. They have some great passes. And watch them go after this. I mean, that ball is secure. Great job by Peterson just fighting for that ball. That's kind of what he brings to that team that they didn't have the first time they played against Cooper.
Whip to the baseline here. Peterson looking to attack against a little bit smaller player in Powell. Nice job to force him into a miss, and here comes Powell. Partially blocked, but he gets it back. Little high-low Bankhead clearing some space, but he got off balance, and Connors grabs that rebound in traffic, but taken away by Allen.
Great hands by Allen there. Not just succumbing to that rebound, but fighting for it.
Peterson will kick it to the corner. Best firing from there. Won't go. All orange on the glass.
Yeah. Those are the kind of looks that they're getting. Red Knights are getting good looks. They got to knock those down.
5 minutes to play in this first half, and I have to say, so far, Benil looks a little better than a 4-win team might normally look. That shot is too strong from Clay Trezek, and going to the zone has kind of forced Cooper into maybe taking some shots that aren't their biggest strength.
The number one thing that I think teams do against the zone is they get passive. They start throwing the ball around the three-point line. You got to still drive and penetrate against that zone. If you can get into the teeth, which we saw Clay Trezek do a couple of times and get great passes, you can be successful.
Standifer will be called for a travel as he got his feet tangled a little bit with the defender there. So Standifer back in there with 2 fouls. He came in and provided a pretty good spark when he played earlier.
Remember, they were down 14-7 when he came in, and just like that, got him even in this game. So he brought some good energy.
Dallas back across. Powell will give it to Bankhead. Now out to the right side, and that one won't drop. Peterson, the board, throws it ahead. Ijadambola.
Oh, nice pass.
Best from the corner is an air ball as the D got out on him. Jeffrey Cooper, the rebound.
Ijadambola that time, that was an unselfish play. He could have taken that to the rim, taken a hard shot, but he made the right play. They got to knock those down.
And let's see, do we have a timeout? Granted there, it looks like. So 19-17 Cooper lead here and 4:03 to play in the opening half. We remind you of our CCX Sports Play of the Week, which is brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. Go to our website, ccxmedia.org, to vote for your favorite. Each Monday we put 4 new plays up, and then we name the winner for the previous week. Cooper Band on hand here this evening.
One of the things Cooper did that last possession, I thought that looked nice. They put Bankhead in the middle against that zone. And I think if they can do that, you can tell he's got the playmaking ability to either knock that little jumper down or at least make the right pass, right play.
Bankhead looking to attack inside, and he scores. There's still room for post play in basketball, right, Ryan?
Well, and you talk, he doesn't have the size, but he's got that big, strong body. Oh, another travel on Standifer. Yeah, if he can get that position, there's not too much you can do with him.
So a 4-point lead for the Hawks. I think Standifer felt like he
was pushed a little bit.
Yeah, or just didn't travel in at all, but he doesn't get a vote, I guess, so Cooper gets the ball. Powell will swing it over to Dallas.
And I think in some way, Benilde St. Margaret's a little bit lucky that Cooper hasn't knocked down many of the outside. Oh, there you go.
Offensive foul there on Bankhead. That'll be his second, and let's hope he's all right. It looked like he might have possibly turn an ankle or something on the way down. And that's, I know I've seen in the past, it's frustrating for Damari. You're so big that it's going to look like you ran through a guy, and you know, it probably was an offensive foul, but it looks worse when he's so big and strong. Ooh, the double comes as Peterson briefly turned his back, but he gets rid of it. Cooper trying to step up the pressure a little bit here.
For the most part, the Red Knights have taken care of the ball against that, being patient, not panicking.
Ejadimbola attacks,
nice pass.
Shovels it off, blocked though from behind. Second try won't go, and then run down by Poland after he missed a couple inside, and he throws it into the Cooper bench.
That was another great pass by Ejadimbola. I thought he was going to force up a really tough shot at the last second. Found Poland, and Poland's got to finish that again. Kind of back to Benil, getting good looks. They just got to be able to finish them, knock them down.
And we saw Connors a moment ago. He had a block on that middle attempt there too. To the corner now, Evans will shoot it up. Offensive rebound by Cooper, and he scores. So now all 5 starters have scored for the Hawks. They go up by 6.
That's the tough part about a zone. You get what you want, an outside jump shot, but you got to box out.
Hansen on the run, won't go. Nice rebound grabbed off there by Connors. And now Cooper. Evans keeps it moving over to B.J. Powell. Evans, nice little spin, drops it off, and layup is good for Jeffrey Cooper. I think Cooper needs to do more of that. And, you know, they've settled a little bit maybe for threes. Not that they aren't, you know, capable of making some of them, but you just, when you attack, it's going to set some things up.
Every time they've been able to penetrate into the lane, they've been really unselfish, and they've made great passes, easy layups. And you're right, when you can get in the middle and you can attack like that.
And that one's going to be off Benil as Cooper didn't get the clean steal they wanted, but it went off a Benil leg. So Cooper up by 8, and you can just kind of see him tightening the screws a little bit more now. No dribbler is safe out there.
Well, and the thing is, when you make a pass, especially a cross-court pass, it cannot hang in the air. Cooper's playing, they're like free safeties out there. They're going to intercept that. You got to be crisp. You got to ball fake. You got to be precise in your passing.
Yeah, and Coach Lyons for Benil, you know, readily admitted that Cooper's a much quicker team than we are, so we have to be conscious of that. Looks like Cooper's going to hang on to it a little bit and try and force Benil to come out of that zone, which they quickly do. Powell on the run, won't go. Peterson over to Allen. Back for Peterson. He'll stop and fire and hit a 3.
That's a big, big play. You felt the momentum kind of going all to the Hawks there. Red Knights get a quick shot, get the rebound, and then nice shot there by Nick Peterson.
Evans. Oh, lost it. And now here comes Allen. Benil trying to close the half on a good note. They hit that last 3 to pull within 5. Now under 40 seconds to go in the half. Standifer got it over to Allen, knocked away from behind though, and then a great save. Here's Powell ahead to Cooper for the layup. He missed. Follow though is good by Clay Trezek, or excuse me, Dallas with the layup.
What a beautiful fast break. Ball doesn't touch the ground. 2 quick passes and you're at the rim.
Allen just got rid of that one. Now from the corner, Hansen. Back iron no good. Allen the rebound. Standifer, I think he had more time than he realized as he forced that one up. Now Evans trying to come up with it, and that is going to do it for the first half. So Cooper will take a 7-point lead into halftime as pretty good, entertaining first half of basketball here. And Hawks up by 7. Let's go over now to Allie with Coach Powell.
Coach, for almost about 8 minutes, you guys were able to hold him to 17 points without letting him score. What kind of was working for you guys defensively in that stretch?
We played pretty good there at times, but then we gave them a lot of open threes. They just ain't making them. If they're making them, it's a whole different game because we leaving them wide open. So we got to do a better job of getting to the shooters. Because they're not going to miss shots all game. They're going to make some. So we just got to do a better job.
You guys love to put pressure on the ball. You've seen Benil switch up things defensively a little bit, which kind of contained you guys there for a minute. What do you want to do in the second offensively to break away more?
Well, we've been working on the zone because we knew they were going to play zone. But, the thing for us, too, is that we're not making any shots. If we make a couple outside shots, it's a whole different ball game. But we just got to settle in, run a little bit better offense, and, get in the game. Some of our guys are kind of in the clouds right now, so we got to get them out the clouds and kind of refocus and have a better second half.
Go bring them back down to earth, Coach. Thanks.
Thanks, Sally, and thanks, Coach Powell. 27-20, halftime lead for Cooper as Benilde, the underdog, has come in and played pretty well in the first half. We will be back here to Cooper High School with first half highlights and more for you here. You're watching Metro West Boys Basketball on CCX.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
And welcome back here to Cooper High School along with Ryan Iverson and Allie Mosley. I'm Jay Wilcox. Cooper leading Benilde 27-20 at halftime here as we check out some highlights from the opening half of play. And kick over to Ijadambola, and he stops and pops and gets a little bit of a roll there for Benilde. And then Allen driving and kicking to the corner for Hampson.
You see a lot of great passes in this first half by both teams, really unselfish.
Standifer, I love that play when he stopped. A lot of times that throws people off when they have to wait like that. They don't make it, but he certainly did. And then right after that, he got a layup, but then unfortunately picked up his second foul and came out.
Oh, beautiful pass.
That might have been the play of the first half right there.
Yep. Great pass.
And then Peterson took a handoff and buried a three. But you had Cooper getting up and down and creating some things. They didn't get as much in transition they would have liked, but they did right there as Powell setting up Tyson Dallas for the layup, and then Powell calmly knocking down a three. Yep. They only had a couple from beyond the arc in the first half, though. There's Bankhead. He's played well.
Yeah, he has. The bang, and that's Cooper basketball. Great defense, get a turnover, and leads to an easy break. And I thought Clay Trezek came in and really brought a spark. Had a couple of great passes against that zone when their offense was stagnant. Says enough of this passing stuff. Let me show you I can shoot from outside.
You can look at the scoring leaders. Benilde, Ijadambola with 7. Peterson and Standifer each had 5. Dallas with 8 points for Cooper. Powell with 6. Cooper and Bankhead had 4 points apiece. We will take a timeout and come back. We'll be hearing from Coach Lyons on the way back into the second half. Cooper leading Benilde by 7 here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here to Cooper. Let's go over now to Allie.
Coach, 23 years as a head coach, but your first half ever as boys varsity head coach. What did you think of your team in the first half?
Yeah, you know what? We did some good things. I think the tempo's in our favor. Last time we played them, it got to be kind of an up and down tempo kind of game, and that's not our style. So we like the tempo, but we're giving too much dribble penetration. We played some zone, but they were still able to get in there, and I think our guys got a little tired near the end of the half.
Turnovers were tough in the first half as well. How do you guys clean that up in the second and take advantage of your opportunities?
Yeah, well, it's a team game. We're dribbling too much. We got to pass the ball more, and basically, you got to have your composure. Turnovers is 2 points the other way, and so that's one of the big things we got to work on this half.
You having fun?
All right, thanks.
He is, I think. Right, guys?
Thanks, Allie. And I don't blame Coach. It wasn't that he didn't want to answer the question. The band is so loud. I don't think he heard that last question. So obviously an interesting week for him. Probably a little stressful, but at the same time, he said, you know, we've got nothing to lose. You come out here, and do our best, and give it a shot.
Well, and coaching girls and boys, I mean, it's not different, right? It's the same game. There's maybe a little subtle differences here and there, but he's done this for a long time. He knows how to get the best out of kids, and I thought Benilde, for the most part, had played a pretty good first half. They just got to knock some open shots down, you know, take care of the ball a little bit better, and they could be right into this game.
See the shooting in the first half. Benilde has made 4 3-pointers and only a couple for the Hawks. And you see both teams shooting not quite as high a percentage as they'd like, and not many free throws. No. I was surprised. The half was, you know, they're letting them play, which I think overall probably favors Cooper. They would like a game where things aren't called tight because they like to get up and be physical on you defensively. It's a veteran officiating crew, and they're kind of saying, you know what, unless it really impacts the play, we're going to let them play.
Nice pass.
Ijadambola. Evans got up to contest that one.
The thing that's impressive about Cooper, Jay, is they don't give you anything. Like even that should have been an open layup, but they contest everything. You got to earn your basket. The other thing, only 2 free throws means you're settling for a lot of jump shots.
Here's Peterson firing and hitting a 3-pointer for the Red Knights. His second 3 of the game. He has 8 points, and just like that, BSM is to within 4.
It kind of seems like whenever Cooper's about to pull away, the lead gets to 7, 8, 9. Benilde St. Margaret's had an answer. They've made that big, crucial 3-pointer.
Ijadambola trying to feed it inside for Poland. It was not touched by either the offensive or defensive player. They rule it goes out of bounds, and it will be Cooper basketball. Powell working his way into the front court here for Cooper. Drops it off to Evans. He'll stop and fire, and in and out. Peterson, another rebound. We can see why they're glad that Peterson is playing this time around where he didn't the first time. He's done some good things for them, kind of just, you know, a little bit all over the court, like that one.
Yeah, great hustle. I bet he's got 10 rebounds too tonight. He's gotten a bunch of defensive rebounds. He's a big guard, you know, at 6'4". Seems to always be in the right position.
Short with that one, though, just as we talk him up, he missed that jumper. But you can see he kind of has a little bit of swagger to his game, too. Just kind of, you know, gives whatever team he's on, whether it's football, basketball, it gives him a little confidence.
Yep. And when you're 4-16, you need that confidence. So I know they're a much different, much better team when he's on the floor.
Jeffrey Cooper into the lane, and it rolls in and out. He got it back, though, scores and one. Nice job to keep it alive, too, by Dallas, as he just got a hand on it to keep that ball up on the glass.
Well, and a good, strong finish by Cooper. Elevated. The contact didn't bother him at all because he really attacked the rim hard.
Hansen picks up the foul. First on him, first team foul. And that's only the 4th foul in all for Benilde. No good there, kept alive by Dallas, and it comes right back to Evans. Ooh, they seem to get away with a foul on that one. We said they're letting him play. You can't count on that whistle sounding every time you get a little contact in this game, and that's going to be a travel call against Allen.
And as good as Allen has been handling the ball and handling pressure, you can see you get caught up in playing at that speed, and you got 3 orange jerseys around you. That's where you make the simple play, find the open teammate. When they've done that, they've gotten great shots.
Powell handing it over. Evans, that spin move was chopped away from him. Then the ball loose on the floor. Bankhead knocks it back out, and it'll wind up with Powell. Powell, no good, but he was fouled. Somebody kind of got into his legs a little bit there as he was up for that jump shot.
It's funny, some of these fouls that are being called don't seem like much comparative to ones that aren't being called, but that was just good hustle by both teams getting on the floor there, and Bankhead able to kind of tap that ball out, and Powell able to attack quickly off of that.
7 points now for Powell. He's 2 for 3 at the line. One more coming here. The lead is back to 7, and he's going to try and make it 8. Free throw, good again. Powell getting up, pressuring. Allen trying to step through that double team, just barely got it over there. Ijadambola for the layup.
That's the thing. If you can withstand that initial onslaught of pressure, you got 2 guys on you. You're gonna, if you can get it through that, a lot of times you can get an easy look that time. Nice job.
Evans' pull-up jumper is good for 3. He's one of those guys, you know, a lot of people like to be like the catch and shoot, but he seems to be better shooting it off the bounds.
Yep. Oh, nice pass.
Peterson over to Hansen, but then taken away by Bankhead. The first one got there, the second one did not.
No, but when you got a guy like Bankhead with that size who's that quick too, you see how he closed that gap down, able to get the steal.
Here's Bankhead posting, looking to attack. Into traffic and blocked. And it will be Cooper ball. Bankhead absorbed quite a bit of contact there.
Well, sometimes when you're, you know, we saw it with Shaq, right? Sometimes when you're bigger and stronger, you don't get the benefit of the call because you are so big and strong. But that one, there was clearly contact on that play.
Again, though, even though Damari didn't like it on that one, I'm still saying overall it's going to be better for Cooper if it's a game where they're not calling fouls tight. And part of the reason, too, though, they're good at moving their feet. I mean, you watch Powell out there, he is really aggressive, but without using his hands, he moves his feet very well. And he's not the only one, obviously, but Powell will stop and fire this one. It's short. There's Bankhead, though, up for the rebound, and this time he was fouled. Score it and one. Damari Bankhead powered through that contact that time.
He was excited that time. He saw the reaction after he scored it, but that's just great strength. He went through. I'm not sure who that was landing on. Was that Hansen that kind of went for the shot thing? Let's see it. Yeah, that's great strength to be able to finish that.
Yeah, they put on the board Hansen, but I believe it was Peterson that got called for that foul. Free throw is good by Damari Bankhead. He has 7 points. 37-25 now. Cooper with the lead. Standifer had it taken away. There's Powell for the layup.
And that's Cooper basketball. That's just great defense. I can't think of anything I'd rather not see on the court than having be picked up full court by Powell. He's quick feet. You put that ball out in front of him, he's got those great hands, able to not only get the steal, but then go right back up and score. And just like that, it's a 14-point game. That's what pressure can do.
But Ryan, you were saying it earlier that every time that Cooper started to look like they were going to pull away, Benilde sort of settled down and got a hoop, but now maybe they're getting worn down a little bit, and Cooper's thinking like instead of being happy at 14, we're going to go up to 20 or whatever. That's where that timeout was taken right there.
Well, one adjustment I would make for BSM is whoever Powell's guarding, I would have someone else bring the ball up or help out with a ball screen. Try to get him out. That's as good of full court man-to-man defense as you're going to see with ball pressure. And you said it earlier, Jay, he does it without fouling. It's not dumb aggressiveness. It's contained aggressiveness, and that's not a fun matchup for any guard. I would get a ball screen or just let someone else bring it up.
Yeah, I've always been a proponent of that. If you've got another team's point guard who is just a great on-ball defender, just give it to somebody else if you've got somebody else you feel confident that can do it.
Well, I'll tell you, you see it for Duke. You look at Trey Jones as a great on-ball defender. You'll see when Duke is playing, I mean, these are nationally ranked teams. They'll have someone else bring it up because he's that good.
Cooper coming with pressure here. Standifer into the front court. He's going to keep going. Runner no good. Rebound there to Poland, and he'll kick it back out. Peterson will let it rip for three, and it's good.
Every time out of a timeout tonight, Jay, they've come back and hit a three out of it. So that was, you can see they changed their strategy. They brought other guys to help against that pressure. Got Standifer going in motion to the basket. Even though he missed, they were able to get the offensive rebound, which led to a three.
Bank had the miss. Powell's rebound try was short. Peterson getting it out of there to Standifer. Back to Peterson. Best and now Peterson. They keep it moving. Standifer a nice pass fake, but then misses the jumper, and Evans the board. Tyson Dallas looking to attack, fouled by Standifer. Ooh, and he went down hard. Let's hope he's all right. Standifer tried to cut it across in front of him and go for the steal, and he forced him down. It looked like their legs got tangled, and Dallas went down hard. Kind of looked like me on the ice this morning in my driveway, and I'm unfortunately not kidding. Shot won't go, tipped out, but grabbed by Evans.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. Instead of grabbing it, tipped it right to Cooper. They're going to get a second chance. Yeah.
Bankhead, an offensive foul. Be his third.
No, they changed it to a travel.
Oh, that's fortunate.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that.
And that's where Bankhead has to realize the defense has collapsed. You got 2 players on you. Kick it back out, you'll get it back.
Well, they have put it up on the board as a foul, so.
Yeah, they switched it back to 2.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a steal by Evans to Powell. Almost lost the handle, and that caused him to miss. Run down by Hansen for the Red Knights. Berkland giving it over to Peterson. Ooh, a dangerous one behind the back in traffic. Inside and layup good for Sam Best.
Don't you always hold your breath? You feel like Cooper's on the verge of getting a steal, don't you? And that time a nice job by Peterson, kind of sensing when it was in, made a great pass. If you can just, like I said, withstand that initial onslaught and don't have that ball hanging in the air.
Bankhead scores on the rebound after Evans attacked, and the free throw coming as well here for Damari Bankhead.
Pretty good initial defense right there. But you got to get a body, especially on Bankhead. He's going to be crashing hard like that. And with a guy like that who's that strong, you almost got to just try to do a pull-up on his arm. You don't want to let him get a chance for a 3-point play.
Missed it. Cooper kept it alive briefly there. But here come the Red Knights with Peterson. Dropped over to Hansen, and Bankhead knocked into him as he tried to dribble around him. And now that will be his third. Standifer will give it to Peterson, stepping in to shoot a 3, and he's confident right now.
Yeah, there was no hesitation whatsoever. He didn't even get his feet set. He just let it rip, and he's hit 2 of them here in the second half. And like I said, I think they need him to be in that high teens, low 20s to try to score enough to be able to play and win this game.
Little pick and roll there, but Bankhead called for a travel, so no basket there. And David Connors will check in. Bankhead will check out. Apia is also in now for Cooper.
Yeah, I think they got a hold on Evans. You know, and I liked out of that timeout when Benilde St. Margaret had all 5 guys in the front court helping out with the pressure. It seemed to do the trick here.
Standifer loses the dribble. Clay Trezek didn't do anything special, just was up on him.
Well, you heard Coach Lyons just say, I thought we dribbled too much, and there's another example of it. You over dribble, you're feeding right into the strength of that Hawks defense. When Benilde St. Margaret's been able to drive, move the ball, extra passes, they've been really successful.
And now we have an illegal screen call going against Powell. So we were just saying a moment ago they were really letting him play, and now the fouls have started to being called a little tighter there as he stepped in. Here's Allen bringing it up court. Peterson's going to shoot up another one, and it is good again. His 4th three of the half, and he has 13 points. Or excuse me, 17 points.
Well, just like that, we have a 5-point game. So again, Cooper looked like they had all the rhythm in the world, and credit to the Red Knights for fighting back.
Evans looking to attack there, and he draws a foul. And that will be against Noah Allen, so Evans will go to the free throw line.
I'll tell you, Evans, he's only a sophomore, but he's got a great body on him. He's built, he's got great strength, athletic, but he plays at a really nice pace too. Averaging over 13 points. He's going to turn out to be a heck of a player, especially as he gets older.
Has 6 points in tonight's ball game here, and the lead is 6 for Cooper. It looked like they were going to start to pull away, and then there was Benilde answering again.
Well, the difference is they're knocking their open threes down here for the most part. I shouldn't say they. I should just say mostly it's Peterson knocking down those open threes.
Second one no good, so the lead stays at 42-36 here. 10:20 to play in the second half, and Evans nearly had the steal for Cooper.
What I always like to do, even as a player, you see them playing the passing lanes like that. I set up a backdoor, just some communication between whoever's handling the ball and myself, just talking about it. You burn them once on a backdoor, you'd be amazed how much that backs off pressure.
And Allen lost it on the dribble. Clay Trezek. He'll give it over to Powell here. Crossover, but he lost it, and Standifer attacking the other direction. Layup won't roll in. Connors had the rebound, then Standifer tied him up. It will stay with Cooper, though.
Some quick hands defensively for the Red Knights, and Standifer got a good attack to the rim there. Just has to be able to finish that.
So Evans into the front court here for Cooper as their scoring pace has slowed here. Has had some empty trips lately and leading it by 6. Powell across to Evans. Connors around to Powell. Oh, and Evans fell just as that pass was coming toward him. Now he Jadambola the other way. That one bothered from behind. Connors the rebound. And timeout taken by Cooper there as they saw that Connors was in a little bit of trouble.
You want to know what I think the difference in this game is Cooper on defense, they don't give up on those fast breaks, you know, and they're contesting those layups where most teams I think would just allow that to be a breakaway layup for Benilde St. Margaret. Instead, great hustle. I couldn't see who that was running that down, but you contest those and it saved, 6 or 8 points here tonight.
Well, the other part too, Ryan, though, is you don't let the layup happen, but you also don't just say, well, he's got me beat, I'm going to have to hack him. That's the only thing I can do is hack him. They're not doing that either.
Yeah. So. And secondly, the second part of that is they have another guy running down who's grabbing the rebound too. So a lot of tendencies of players are, oh, it's a fast break, I'm not going to hustle down. And Cooper hasn't done that. And that little detail might be the difference in them winning this game. They're up 6 right now, and there's been at least 3 or 4 of those examples here tonight.
See that shooting has really picked up for Benilde, and that's, again, been mainly Peterson. He's made 4 threes in this half. Powell whipping it down low, and shot no good, but Apia will go to the free throw line.
That was a great cut by Apia, being overplayed, went back door, and a great find by Powell. And that's all those point guards, you got to keep that head up. So many guys, even at the high school level, still dribble with their head down. You got a split second to see that cutter, and a nice find that time by Powell.
One more coming here for Prince Apia. So he gets 1 out of 2, and the lead is 7 for Cooper. Here's Peterson looking to attack, lost it, but Ijadimbola will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like what Benil did on that play. They got Peterson in the post, who was being guarded by Powell, so he's got quite a bit of a height difference there. But Powell was able to kind of pull the chair out, got him with the hands, but a nice job by Ijadimbola there following it up. Going to get 2 free throws. I think this is only free throw number 3 and 4 for the night. Is that right, for the Red Knights? Yeah.
First one no good. And he misses a pair, but they get it back. And that shot won't go. Peterson grabbing the rebound and goes up, and he will go to the free throw line.
Just fighting hard for that rebound. He's had a bunch of them tonight. Not many on the offensive end, but I'll tell you what he did too, a heads-up play. Just went right up, so it looked like he was in the act of shooting. He's going to get 2 free throws out of it.
Evans picking up that foul. And the free throw good by Peterson. Bankhead will come back in, and Dallas as well for Cooper. And so Peterson makes a pair at the line here. 19 in the game for him now.
Yeah, his scoring, I think, has really made the difference here in the second half. Remember, this was double digits just a few minutes ago, and he's gotten hot from 3, hits 2 free throws, and I think he's going to be their primary scorer here down the stretch if they're going to have a chance to win this game.
Apia gets tied up as he kind of dribbled that one into traffic. That one looked like a turnover waiting to happen, and he was tied up there by Best. Standifer over to Ijadimbola, attacking and in and out, and Bankhead grabs the rebound.
Standifer's fast, isn't he? He exploded. Good pass that time. The floor was spread, and Ijadimbola there had a great drive, just unable to capitalize.
.740 to go here. Cooper by 5. Powell in and out, got it back himself, and he'll shoot free throws. I actually think he maybe was thinking about trying to dump that off to Bankhead, but the defender kind of closed, and he ended up having to shoot it, but he went back and got it himself.
Yeah, the thing that's impressive, he's a quick leaper. He's done that a number of times, and I kind of missed a shot in close, but just out-jump, quicker jumper than anyone else around. And we saw on that attempted alley-oop in the first half, he's got some pretty impressive jumping ability as well.
He's 4 for 4 at the line in this half.
Timeout that time called by Bob Lyons, I think sensing Standifer in trouble, and he got it just in the nick of time. So his knack of knowing when to call timeouts, still there.
45-38 lead here for Cooper. We invite you to watch Sports Jam each week on CCX. A new show for you each Monday here throughout the winter season, and now things really heat up as we get to mid-February here. Playoff time. Girls hockey playoffs have started. We had some section competition this week in Nordic and Alpine skiing, so great time of year, certainly, as we head down the home stretch here of the winter season.
Yeah, it's a fun time of year. There's so many different sports going on, and they all kind of accumulate at playoff time at the same time, and it's just it's a neat time to be a high school athlete, because these are times that 20, 30 years later you're going to remember for the rest of your life. So it's a fun time. We're lucky to be able to see some great action.
Inbounded here to Allen. Allen looking to drive it. Now Hansen will dump it in. Here's Peterson. And was fouled on the way up.
Yeah, I like what Benilde St. Margaret's is doing. They are going 4 around 1, and they're isolating Peterson, who's being guarded by Powell. And again, with that kind of size difference, I'd go to him all day long. And he's unselfish enough too, Jay, where he'll make the pass if he draws a double team.
That was Bankhead coming down to help out, who picked up his 4th foul. So it was not on Powell, who was the primary defender there. Bankhead will now check out Jeffrey Cooper back in. Bankhead's played a good game. I mean, obviously he's been a little foul prone in his career, and tonight now picking up his 4th right there. But second free throw is good.
He brings that toughness, kind of that interior, and he's got great feet and hands for a guy his size too. So they're better when he's on the floor. So I think that's a big foul. 4 fouls getting him out of the game. Not only offensively, but I think defensively too.
Powell backing it out here, trying to force Benilde to come out a little bit and spread the court so they have some more driving lanes. Down low, and Apia is all alone and gets the layup as they were able to catch Benilde napping. Now Ijadambola the other way, and his layup is good.
Yeah, no one picked up the ball. Rule 1, team defense, stop the ball. No one able to stop it.
And Powell in trouble, almost lost it, but now drives and was fouled by Peterson.
And it's such a game of just seconds. It looks like it's a turnover. Benilde might get another transition opportunity. Instead, Powell comes out of that scrum with the ball and now going to the free throw line for 2. The Hawks tonight just seem to have won a lot of those loose ball type of situations.
When you saw that little quick dribble, once he got the ball back, it was just a little tap and he was heading to the lane.
If you allow him to go to his left, he is very, very hard to stay in front of.
So he has been very solid at the line tonight as well. And free throws at times have been a little bit of an issue for Cooper, but BJ shooting him well here in the second half.
Well, that's
a foul call there.
Yeah, and that's going to be against Clay Trezek, and that's big because that puts Benilde in the penalty here, shooting 1-and-1 here the rest of the way.
Derek Standifer had 5 quick points when he first came in the ballgame in the first half, has not scored since. And still has not scored since. And then we get a foul against the Red Knights after the rebound was grabbed by Dallas.
Well, that's going to be the 10th team foul, so now you're shooting 2 if you're Cooper the rest of the way too.
That'll be on Hansen, his 4th. So Tyson Dallas to the free throw line. And misfires on that one. Best and Poland coming back into the lineup here for BSM. Dallas's second free throw is good. He has 9 points. And Cooper trying to throw some pressure on here as Peterson brings it up court. 50-42 lead for the Hawks. Peterson, a little step back 3. That one was straight but short.
We had a good look right behind it. It looked dead on, just a little bit short.
Peterson made 4 threes earlier in this half, also 1 in the first half. Clay Trezek, little scoop layup, no, but he was fouled. And that will be the 3rd on Peterson, I believe.
That was a great move, right to left, attacking the baseline. And he put that scoop up way out in front of him, too. Took the contact, almost had a 3-point play.
Well, kind of Steve Nash move, where you just, you don't expect it.
Yeah, watch this little hesitation, and then, everyone's expecting you to go up, straight up where you got a chance to block it, but that scoop where you extend your arm like that, it's a great way to draw contact and still be able to get your shot off. 51-42, and Standifer was tripped up there by
Clay Trazek, kind of one of those excuse me fouls. Yeah. So after a very foul-free first half, we've seen
gone the other way.
Yeah, down the stretch here. And they're going to bring the sub in. Evans will check in for a Pia. And they're going to allow Ijadambola to come in as well here, as Allen will get a break. And that free throw is good by Standifer. He has 6 points. Free throws are going to be pretty important in this one, the way it's looking here. There are going to be plenty of opportunities.
It comes down to Benilde now is getting stops. They got to find a way to get stops.
Standifer makes a pair, and they are back now to within 7. Dallas will shoot it up from the top of the key, no good. Big battle for the rebound, and Evans comes out of there with it. Nice dish. Cooper, though, missed it. And then here comes Benilde. Best was fouled as Clay Trazek got into his body as he was trying to dump that pass off. So Sam Best will head to the free throw line for, this will be the last 1-and-1 of the game now, the 9th team foul on Cooper. And the free throw is good for the sophomore. 6-point game. In and out with the second. Dallas will hand it over to Powell here as we go under 5 minutes to play. Cooper in the lead, 51-45. And Standifer with the steal. He'll go all the way for the layup.
Great hands that time by Standifer, and a nice finish too. We've seen a number of opportunities in transition, unable to finish. That time, nice job.
And Cooper will go to the free throw line here as he drove into the middle. Standifer will pick up the foul.
And that's where you want to play without fouling, especially 25 feet away from the basket, knowing that you're in the double bonus. If you're going to foul, you want to use it to prevent a layup or a sure score. You don't want to use those touch fouls, especially as you're trying to climb back and get it down. You get the lead down to 4. You don't want to give a team who hasn't scored a field goal in a while a chance to rest and also get to the free throw line for easy points.
It's also the 4th foul on Standifer too, so he's got to be careful here. Cooper made the first free throw. He gets one more here. Second one in and out. Peterson, another board for the Red Knights. Throwing it ahead to Best. So Benilde down by 5. And the
nice
pass,
catch.
Peterson the layup, it was almost thrown away, but he retrieved it and scored there to within 3. Benilde's only won 4 games this year, and Cooper's 11-4 coming in. And Benilde trying to come on the road and see if they can't pull an upset.
You got to be careful here. That whole left side of the floor wide open for Powell. He likes to go left.
Gets the little jump stop, no good, and the rebound was had by Benilde briefly, but then Jeffrey Cooper with the steal and layup.
That's where Best just has to hold on to it and clear it.
Standifer was going to go up for a layup and knocked away from behind by Dallas just as he started to go up to save a layup. Boy, that was a big turnover by Benilde there to led to that layup.
Well, if Best just secures it and just finds the outlet instead, you can tell he was trying to dribble and go. And then you panic a little bit. You end up throwing an easy one over to Cooper.
Standifer couldn't catch that one, and now Jeffrey Cooper up with it to Evans. And fouled by Jadambola as he tried to chop it loose.
What a great pass by Cooper. That was a really phenomenal play ahead to Evans, and that's the kind of foul you want. He's Jadambola and saying, I'm not giving you a layup here, I'm going to make you earn it. But what a beautiful play by Cooper throwing that ball ahead.
Evans free throw, no good. Cooper's been a little hit and miss at the line. Powell's been pretty good, but some of the others have really struggled.
Key here is you got to box out. You're on a miss here. You don't want to give Cooper a chance to get an offensive rebound.
Evans makes the second one. And so the lead is at 6. A timeout taken here with 3:45 to go in the ball game. And like we were talking about earlier, you know, a lot of competitive games in the Metro West Conference. There may not be any like super team, but there are a lot of them that are kind of around that same ability level and giving each other good battles night in, night out.
Well, regardless of what happens, remember the first time around it was 75-58, so not very competitive. And at times, about 3 or 4 different times, Jay, didn't it seem like Cooper was ready to run off with this one? And I think win or lose, Benilde St. Margaret's going to leave here saying, guys, you didn't quit. We fought. We fought all the way to the end. Win or lose, you know, maybe we do control our own destiny. We take care of the ball. We make a few better decisions. It's a totally different game. But they've hung in here tonight. They've competed hard. See Coach Powell trying to fire up his team. Coach Lyons, the other side, talking about how can we get a quick basket here. Remember, they've done a great job tonight out of timeouts, Jay, of usually responding in a positive manner. Down 6, 3:44 left to go in this game, so still lots of time. You don't have to hurry, you don't have to rush, you don't have to panic.
Peterson will inbound here with his team down 6, getting it over to Standifer. Peterson with Powell on him.
See, they got really good spacing right now on the floor, looking to post.
Around to Standifer for a 3, it won't go. And rebound ultimately controlled by Peterson. He'll go up inside and flips it up and in. He has played a great game.
He has. He's done it inside and out, and I love that. Out of the timeout, they spread the floor. They get him down low. He creates an open shot for a teammate, gets the offensive board, able to finish. And we got a 4-point game here.
Powell to Evans in the corner for 3. No. And it'll be Cooper ball as Standifer knocked it away from Clay Trazik there. Bankhead will check back in now for the Hawks. 2:56 remaining. He's got 4 fouls, but it's deep enough in the game now. You got to go with him. And they dump it in to Bankhead, and they'll bring it back out top. Powell drives and dishes to Dallas, and then back to Powell. Knocked away from behind, so he wisely waited until it was in the backcourt to retrieve it there, so he didn't come in over and back. Clay Trazik being hounded by Standifer. Benilde asking where's the 5 count, but he had broken through. And Evans draws a foul. Maybe not necessarily the shot they wanted, but he'll go to the line.
You have a pretty good offense there. You take a good 20, 25 seconds off the shot clock. You get something going to the rim. You put that pressure on the referees here.
Looks like they called Best for that foul rather than Peterson, which is probably good news for Benilde. Evans hits the free throw. And too strong with the second, but a nice rebound in traffic by Dallas, and they'll get another possession here. 5-point lead, a little over 2 minutes to play now.
And they've had a number of those tonight, those offensive rebounds, especially off missed free throws. Those don't seem like a big deal, but that, you take more time off the clock, it also could, result into extra points.
Timeout taken there by Cooper. Minute 54 to go here, and the Hawks ahead by 5.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, Jay, if Benilde St. Margaret comes out with a trapping defense or something to try to pick up a steal here, try to speed Cooper up. Maybe they can create a turnover. You want to try to steal a possession now at this point. If you're Cooper, you got to be strong. You don't need to force a quick shot. You're in the driver's seat. Oh, God, just under 2 minutes left. You got a 5-point lead here. Shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way. Be strong and don't force any bad shots.
Cooper went from being real busy to then, as I said, they had 8 days off in between this one. Then they have to turn around and play again here Saturday afternoon against Washburn. And a couple of road games at Chaska and at Jefferson next week.
Yeah, Cooper versus Chaska will be a heck of a game. I was fortunate. I saw Chaska play against St. Michael Albertville last week, and Chaska was really impressive. They got a very good team. But to your point, they're all good in this league. I mean, like you said, no one running away with it, but all very competitive and usually pretty close games. St. Louis Park really competitive as well.
Hawks beat Chaska by 10 the first time around. Minute 35, they're going to try and force Benilde to come out and get him and maybe commit a foul. Powell into the lane, trying to hand it over to Bankhead, and let's see, timeout, Cooper. You're not probably going to get the ball away from Bankhead when he gets his hands on it in there, but they were in danger of turning it over.
No, but the big fella getting on the floor there to secure the ball, that's what you love to see. That time you could see a little more trapping out of the Red Knights defense. I think they're going to have to do that. I think if you just let Cooper run 3 or 4 dribble handoffs and waste time, you're running out of it. So you got to force the action a little bit on defense.
I think all things considered with, the way their season has gone, they would take being within 5 at this point and at least have an opportunity down the stretch.
And just being in close competitive games for a team that has, a 4-16 record, that's a positive, and it's something you can build off of. And knowing you're competing against the best team in the league on the road, down 5 with, minute and a half or so left to go, that's something you can draw on and build on as you finish up the regular season.
And if you're Cooper, maybe you would have liked to put them away, but at the same time, having to go through these late game situations can be good for your team too.
Well, remember, they've been off for 8 days, so they might be a little rusty, not quite in game shape. Oh, that's a ball that Best has to get.
And it looks like an injury. His Best, he might have, I was going to say his shoulder. It was the inbound pass got deflected. It was kind of a sloppy inbound pass. And then his Best reach for it, I think his arm got yanked, kind of knocked back where the shoulder hopefully didn't pop out of socket, but.
Yeah, he had his back to the ball, so he was face guarding, and that's one of those, if he could have turned around and saw that ball, it was not a great thrown ball. Let's see if it was right there, or is it when he fell?
No, I think he was already, before he fell, he was. And it's weird how sometimes that kind of thing can just happen with, it doesn't look any out of the ordinary compared to any other play. And just the angle your arm gets hit at and your shoulder. So he will have to come out. Although it does look like he's probably going to be okay. Oh, and inbounded. They left Powell alone, and he gets the layup.
Remember, that's all off of an offensive rebound from a free throw. So you took another minute off the floor, and you got another 2 points.
Peterson, a little up and under, keeps going and scores it.
He does a nice job just using his butt and his back, his size, to be able to shield off the defenders.
Powell to miss, Bank the rebound, and he is called for a travel. He's saying, oh my gosh, I got hit, but I don't see it that way, so it'll be a travel.
I love the father-son exchange there between Coach Powell and his son, saying, look at the time and the score. We didn't need a quick shot like that. But exactly what Benilde needed.
Standifer missed the layup. I think he was awaiting some contact, and Bank had kind of backed off because he has 4 fouls. Evans will give it to Dallas. 5-point lead. Now they have to come out and take a foul. Ijadimbola will pick it up.
Well, think of how big that missed layup is. If you make that, it's a one-possession game. And now maybe you don't have to foul right away. You try to force a trap, maybe get a turnover. But now you're going to have to play that fouling game and hope that the Hawks miss here on the free throw line.
Dallas 9 points. You see 1 out of 2 at the line. Takes a little bit of the pressure off when you're in the double bonus too, though, when you know you've got a second one.
That first one, yeah. Looked pretty smooth there on that one.
And misses on the second. Here come the Red Knights down by 6. See if they're looking for a 3 right away here. Standifer, got caught up in the air and turns it over. Now Powell the other way, foul by Allen.
You know, that's where Benilde St. Margaret, I think you want the ball in Nick Peterson's hands. He's been such a good decision maker tonight. Standifer plays at such a great speed, but sometimes it can almost be a detriment to him how fast he plays on offense. And when you get caught in the air like that, you got nowhere to go. He throws it up, and Cooper's so good at getting in those passing lanes.
Powell's free throw, no good. Cooper coming back into the lineup for Cooper, and also Berkland for Benilde.
Do we have anyone named St. Margaret for Benilde?
No good there. Peterson grabs the rebound here, so still a 6-point game, not over yet. Ijadimbola will kick it back out. Hansen for 3, and it is good. 3-point lead now for Cooper. Inbounded to Powell, and he was quickly fouled by Standifer, and I believe that'll be number 5 on Derek.
Ijadimbola has had some great passes tonight. That time again, he's only a sophomore. Watch him attack fearlessly. Probably could have shot a tough 3 instead. Sees Hansen out there, and that's a big 3. Now you cut it to that one possession. You make the free throws a little bit more nerve-wracking at the very least for Powell.
Still time as well, 18 seconds. Obviously these free throws are big and could stretch it to a 2-possession lead here. And he misses that one. So Powell was doing very well at the line earlier, but now has missed his last 3.
And again, it comes down, you got to secure the rebound if there is a miss. 1 timeout left, too, for Benilde.
Missed that one, but Dallas grabs the offensive rebound for Cooper. And then a foul will send Powell back to the free throw line.
What a great effort by Tyson Dallas there. He went through around the box out. Great athleticism. And then unselfish, too. Sometimes I know when you earn that offensive rebound, you want to get fouled so you can go to the free throw line. But got the rebound, got it out, passed to Powell. And he redeems him by making that. That's the game right there. If Dallas doesn't get that rebound, we got a chance here for a tie game instead. Just great hustle.
Powell, there it is again. Dallas with a rebound, but he's out of bounds. He again snuck in kind of on the back side there and got up quick off the floor.
He's only 6'1" too, but he goes after it hard.
Knocked out of bounds by Powell. 9.8 seconds to go. 4-point lead here for Cooper.
You got to either score quick and get a foul.
Peterson was fouled on a 3. Wow. Might be too late for it to really matter, but not what they were hoping for there.
I think it's going to be shooting 3, correct?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
So what you do on this, Jay, is if you can, you make the first 2, and I think you try to miss that third one. See where his feet were. It was hard to tell. Oh, yeah, he's behind the 3-point line.
The fact that he was a lefty there might have kind of helped draw that foul.
Well, that's big. Missed. Now you got to make this one and tip it out and hope for a 3. That's a big miss right there.
And it's his first miss at the line as well. And he bricks another. So now Peterson.
Those would have been 2 good misses at the end.
And now he tried it, but he didn't hit the rim. So not what they had in mind right there. And a timeout taken by Cooper. Peterson probably thinking, gosh, he played such a good game tonight and then shot well at the line, and then all of a sudden comes up and goes 0 for 3.
Yeah.
Obviously the third one he missed on purpose, but didn't do it well by missing the rim entirely.
Well, a familiar ending for Benilde St. Margaret's, right? Being competitive, being in games, just not quite able to get over the hump. I think they're going to look back at a couple of things. One, some missed layups in transition. And 2, boxing out on missed free throws. A number of offensive rebounds tonight for Cooper off of missed free throws.
Clay Trezek to inbound here for Cooper. Throwing it up to Jeffrey Cooper and fouled by Best. His body's hitting the floor all over the place here.
That's his 4th personal foul. Cooper's number 1.
So Jeffrey Cooper to the free throw line here. He's 1 for 3.
2 free throws for Cooper, 5. Jeff Cooper.
And he buries that one, so a 5-point lead now for the Hawks.
Cooper finishing it for Cooper.
Makes a pair. 62-56. Peterson from half court. A near miss there. So Cooper had to work for this one, but they end up pulling it out 62-56 over Benilde.
Well, I think it's an effort that Benilde St. Margaret's can be proud of tonight. They fought on the road, a tough opponent, tough environment, and at times looked like they were going to get run out of the gym, but kept fighting back and played extremely hard. And if you're Cooper, you survived a scare. You didn't play your best, but you still found a way to win. And it's something you can build off. They're going to be playing again tomorrow, like you mentioned, so you get a second chance here to build off of it. So a win's a win at this time of the year, no question.
Free throws were a little bit of an issue, which they've at times had some trouble with this year, but so Cooper getting the job done here on their home court this evening. Let's go over now to Allie.
Yeah, guys, I'm with BJ and Damari here. We're going to start with BJ. This game was pretty close throughout most of it. How are you guys able to hold the lead for a majority of the game, but also come out with the W?
We was just working hard. We was working hard more on offense, but our defense wasn't quite there today. Maybe if our defense was there, we probably would have been a little more of a, I don't know.
You guys did play this team about a month ago. What was different between the two games?
The first half, we didn't come out ready to play. We weren't prepared for the game, so it was tied up going into halftime. This game, it wasn't tied up. We was up by like 8 or 9. We ain't finished how we wanted to. We finished poorly like the last game. That's how we lost the last game. We got to work on finishing.
Work on finishing, but you guys are 11-5 at this point. A few games left in the regular season. At this point, what would you say is the best thing going for you guys?
Our defense. Our defense. We work more on defense in practice. Mostly on defense in practice. That's it. We really offense here and there, but our defense, that's what we really work on.
You had a great game tonight. We're going to turn over to Damari, who spent a little time on the bench, but that happens when you're the big guy out there. You have to do a lot of that defensive work. I actually thought your defense wasn't too bad today. Not yours personally, but the entire team. You guys forced a lot of turnovers. What was working for you effectively with that?
Well, turnovers come here and there, but if you keep working hard, you can get it back. As long as you get stops on D, that's what really matters.
We talked about being 11-5. What do you think that says about your team? You guys, have moved up to Class 4A now for a little bit, but you guys have been working really hard and have a really good record to prove that.
Well, that tells about the team that we can have some fall downs, but we're going to always help each other back up to the top.
6 games left in the regular season. What do you want to see out of your team as you guys gear up for the playoffs here, rounding out the regular?
Well, I want to see us work to get better, work harder in practice, and we keep working hard, we can take the ship.
It was fun to watch you guys tonight. Congrats.
Thanks, Allie, and congratulations to the Hawks as they get the victory and the season sweep of the Red Knights here. 17 for Powell, 11 for Jeff Cooper, and Tyson Dallas had 10 to lead the way for the Hawks. 27 for Nick Peterson for the Red Knights. So Cooper now 12-4 with the win, and Benil drops to 4-17, although a very competitive effort for them on the road here this evening. Hope you've enjoyed this one. For Ryan Iverson and Allie Mosley and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night here from Cooper.